Good morning, everyone. So, we are back again with the another lecture of electromagnetic field theory. So, today we are starting our second unit, which will be on magnetostatic. As we had discussed in the very first lecture in the basics of electromagnetic field theory, that this electromagnetic field is divided into four basic parts. I mean, electrostatic, magnetostatic, then electromagnetic, and then again it comes to then advanced this what we say is a time varying and everything, isn't it? So later part we'll see that. So today we'll be entering in the second part of it, and we'll study the magnetostatic. And what is magnetostatic? We'll study about the magnet and everything. So before that, I would like to say to all of you that we have done with the electrostatic part as per your syllabus, but one more I would say it is a suggestion, order, advice, whatever you wanted to understand, you can understand that, no issue. So that will be, you have to complete your part, and you have to study beyond that also, and you're always welcome for your doubt. Not only in your doubt clearing session, you can personally connect me and get your doubt cleared, isn't it? So I'll be more than happy to answer you. So, as we talk about the magnetostatic, what does magnetostatic signifies? Basically, magnetostatic, it deals with magnet, its field, its fluxes, and everything. Whatever we have studied in the electrostatic part, the same, the analogous of all those things we will get in the magnetostatic part. So we all will be getting all those things. Okay, so that is the thing. So starting with this, first of all, you might have done your experiment in your schooling regarding the magnet. So I would like to know whether you understand magnet or not. What is magnet? Huh? Simple. Magnet क्या है? Hmm? To answer this question, magnet is nothing but a type of material which attracts or repels its it attracts or repels the same. If you'll take another magnet with this near this, so either it will repel or it will attract. Okay. Of course, it attracts some of the other materials such as ferromagnetic material. You might have studies periodic number 26, 27, 28. That is iron, nickel, and cobalt. Okay, cobalt is nickel is 28. Yeah. So that is the thing. इन मैग्नेट पार्ट, सो ये वो मटेरियल होते हैं जो फेरोमैग्नेटिक मटेरियल्स को सबसे पहले तो अपनी तरफ क्या करते हैं, अट्रैक्ट करते हैं, एंड अपने ही टाइप के जो मटेरियल्स हैं इधर उनको क्या करेंगे, वो अट्रैक्ट करेंगे और रिपेल करेंगे बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स प्रॉपर्टीज विच विल स्टडी टुडे. ओके, सो बेसिकली मैग्नेट की जब भी हम बात करेंगे, सो विल बी हैविंग टू पोल्स. Okay, a magnet, it is having two poles. We say it's a north and south. एक पोल को हम कहेंगे नॉर्थ पोल, दूसरे को कहेंगे हम साउथ पोल. ओके, देन व्हाट इज it? This these two poles, you cannot separate these two poles. As in electrostatic, we had studied that there's two types of charges: positive charge and negative charge. But generally what we have done, I mean, we had taken the positive charge, and it was assumed that this negative charge is kept at infinity. Or if we have considered a negative charge, then it is considered that the positive charge is kept at infinity, isn't it? But in magnet, it is not possible to separate these two poles. Either you'll cut this magnet into thousands of times, millions of times, billions of times, no issue. Okay, you cannot separate these two poles, north and south pole. Suppose this is a magnet. I'm having this as north pole and this is south pole. Suppose I cut this out in a two part. So I mean, ideally होना क्या चाहिए कि ये नॉर्थ हो जाना चाहिए, साउथ हो जाना चाहिए. No, but if you divide this magnet into two parts, one part will have north and south, another part will have north and south. That is the beauty of this magnet. Okay, so we'll study all those magnets and its I mean this and other properties. Talking about the field, what is field? Basically, the I mean the regime जिसमें इस मैग्नेट का इन्फ्लुएंस होता है. A magnetic needle, if you take a magnetic needle, जितनी डिस्टेंस तक ये मैग्नेटिक निडल क्या होती है, डिफ्लेक्ट होती है, दैट इज द फील्ड ऑफ दिस मैग्नेट. ओके, एंड फ्लक्स, of course, magnetic flux. What is magnetic flux? Basically, these imaginary lines of forces, okay, around this magnet is called magnetic flux. Three things. Magnet itself, it's a material. Field, field क्या है आपका, वो regime जहां पर magnet का influence महसूस किया जा सकता है, फील किया जा सकता है. If you'll keep this magnetic needle in this area, it will deflect. Then magnetic flux, it is the imaginary line of forces. As we had defined electric flux, similarly it is magnetic flux. Okay, so magnetic flux are basically the lines of force. Okay, these are magnetic flux. Now it will have some properties. What? Flux. Okay, what type of properties? First of all, the properties of a magnet. First property, it is having two poles. Second, you cannot separate these two poles either of cutting. If you're cutting this thousands, hundreds thousands of times, no issues. A smallest piece of magnet will have two poles, north and south. Okay, then yes, of course, this field. What is the property of field? Basically, field is the area or regime, a region in which the magnetic fields, the magnetic needle fields its influence. Okay, flux. What are flux? Flux are the magnetic lines of forces. Now, property. It starts with north pole and ends with south pole at outside of the magnet, and inside it starts with the south and ends at north. That means it forms a closed path from north to south at outside of the magnet and south to north at inside the magnet. मैग्नेटिक फ्लक्स एक क्लोज लूप फॉर्म करती है. कैसा? नॉर्थ से स्टार्ट होती है, मैग्नेट के बाहर नॉर्थ से स्टार्ट होगी और साउथ पे टर्मिनेट होगी, और मैग्नेट के अंदर जो होगा वो साउथ से स्टार्ट होके वो नॉर्थ पे एंड होती है. दैट मीन्स नॉर्थ टू नॉर्थ ही चलती हैं चीजें. कंप्लीट. It forms a closed path. Second, they cannot cut each other. कभी ये वो कट नहीं कर सकती एक दूसरे को, पैरेलल चलती हैं एक दूसरे से, ठीक है, एक दूसरे को कभी क्रॉस नहीं करती. देन ये मैं प्रॉपर्टी मैंने आपको 4-5 प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ पे ही दे दी. तो ऑल दोस थिंग्स इज बीइंग टेकन केयर ऑफ. फाइन. सो remember these 2-3 things. Okay. Let me introduce flux density here. What is flux density? Flux per unit area. So now I'll say magnetic flux density, as we had defined, electric flux density was D, that is electric flux per unit area. Now I'm defining magnetic flux density. It is magnetic flux per unit area. Fine. So that is the thing, and later we'll see more, okay, with this. Okay. Now suppose I am having a conductor. It is having a closed relation with the direct current. Suppose I am having a current carrying conductor जिसमें एक करंट आपके पास एक करंट कैरिंग कंडक्टर है, एंड अ करंट इज फ्लोइंग. आई मीन इट कैन फ्लो ईदर upward or downwards, isn't it? If you are having a conductor, so either the current will flow from top to bottom or bottom to top. Is there any other possibility? No, na? That is the thing. So suppose you are having a current carrying conductor, so it will act like a magnet, and you will get magnetic lines of force. So generally this was done in an experiment, and some iron pieces, I mean what we can, the iron powder basically. So it was kept in a plane, and a direct current was a current carrying conductor was taken, and this in between that, this all those powder iron powder was being spreaded. And after that they saw that the scientists saw that all this iron powder, they are making a closed loop which are not cutting each other. Then they saw there is a relation. I mean, this current carrying conductor is behaving like a magnet, and these lines of forces are magnetic lines of forces. Now comes the directions. What will be the direction of the field? What will be the direction of the flux? Imaginary lines of force. So they have given the idea of right hand thumb rule. Okay, where your thumb will indicate the direction of the current, and the rotation of the finger will show the direction of the flux. You have to use only your right hand, in which the thumb will indicate the direction of the current, and the rotation of your finger will indicate the direction of the flux. Fine. So suppose let me again take this. You are having a current carrying conductor, and in this a current is flowing from bottom to top. So I'll use my right hand and I'll do this, isn't it? Let me take example of this. Suppose I'm having a direct current carrying conductor, and in this current carrying conductor a current is flowing from bottom to top. So I'll use, for knowing the direction of the flux, I'll use only right hand, isn't it? My thumb will indicate the direction of the current, which is top to bottom. So my thumb is from top to bottom, and the rotation of the finger will indicate the direction of the flux. So in this case, when current is flowing from bottom to top, the direction of the flux will be anti-clockwise, isn't it? See this. This is the anti-clockwise. As you can see in the slide also. Suppose your current is flowing from top to bottom. I'll use right hand, but in this direction. Now my flux direction will be from, my flux direction will be clockwise. Are you getting what I'm saying? Just do it by yourself. Suppose you are having a current carrying conductor, your thumb will indicate the direction of the current and your finger will indicate, the rotation of the finger will indicate the direction of the flux. Fine. So either this or this. From bottom to top anti-clockwise, top to bottom clockwise. This is how will determine the direction of the flux. Fine. On the contrary, you can determine the direction of the current if you are knowing the direction of the flux. Suppose you know the direction of the flux is counterclockwise, anti-clockwise, then you can say that my thumb will indicate this. That means it is current is flowing in from bottom to top, isn't it? So this is how it will work. Now comes to the magnetic field intensity. We have talked about the magnetic field. What is magnetic field? Basically, it is the influence, the regime of magnet where this needle or the influence of this magnet can be feel or can be seen. That is the only thing. Intensity, it is the quantitative measure of this magnetic field. It is nothing but we have just quantified that field by a term, magnetic field intensity. That means whether this magnetic field is strong or weak, if weak, how much weak, and all, everything. Strong, how much strong. So magnetic field intensity at any point in the magnetic field is defined as the force experienced by a unit north pole of 1 Weber strength when placed at any point. As simple as we have done in this electric field intensity is similar to that. A unit north pole of 1 Weber strength, whatever force it will experienced in a magnetic field, will say it is a magnetic field intensity. It is denoted by magnetic flux, of course, unit is Weber, and this ampere per meter, magnetic field intensity. So lot of others unit also, like Newton per Weber or ampere turn per meter, but as simple you can remember this basic one, ampere per meter. Okay, it is a vector quantity and it is denoted by H. How much electric field intensity we have, from which letter we have denoted electric field intensity? It was E. Okay, and for magnetic field intensity it is H. Fine. Unit ampere per meter. See, you'll get all the analogous part of electrostatic in your magnetic part, magnetostatic. Every term in electrostatic have its analogous, its analogy in magnetostatic. Fine. So don't be confused on that. Flux density, of course, flux per unit area, as I said earlier also, magnetic flux per unit area, of course, in the plane at the right angle, whatever we have done in the electric flux density is similar to that. Magnetic flux crossing per unit area, that is the magnetic flux density. Unit Weber per meter square. Flux unit Weber, area meter square, Weber per meter square. It is also called Tesla. Okay, it is also called Tesla. We can say Weber per meter square is Tesla, denoted by B. From which letter we had defined electric flux density? It is D. Now we are defining it at Now we are defining this magnetic flux density as B. Fine, with this red letter B. So unit Weber per meter square, flux per unit area, magnetic flux per unit area. Fine. There is a relationship between B and H, magnetic flux density and magnetic field intensity. It is denoted by, it is related by a term. It's called permeability. D and E was related through permittivity, epsilon. But B and H are related similarly. They are related with this permittivity, permeability. I'm sorry, permeability. B is equal to mu H. What is mu? It is a permeability. How will you define the permeability? How will you define the permeability? Permeability is the ability. Okay, now you people are not doing anything, so okay, I won't give the exact definition for this permeability. You have to answer tomorrow. Okay, you have to answer tomorrow in your doubt clearing session. Fine, I'll ask someone. From 2-3 people I'll ask. Okay, what is the exact definition of permeability? So coming back to this permeability, the mu, it is equal to mu naught into mu r. Mu naught is absolute permeability, which is equal to, it is having a specific value which is 4 pi into 10 raised to power minus 7, and mu r is the relative permeability, and for free space mu r is equal to 1. It's simple. As we had permittivity in electrostatic, permeability will be same as in magnetostatic. Mu naught, the value of mu naught is 4 pi into 10 raised to power minus 7 Henry per meter. The unit of permeability is Henry per meter. Remember, permittivity was Farad per meter. Now permeability is Henry per meter. Permittivity shows the capacitance per unit distance. Now permeability shows inductance per unit length, per unit distance, per unit length also you can say, isn't it? So that is the thing which you have to understand. So these are some basic things which I have to discuss for today as your basics of magnetostatic. So what we have studied, coming back to this, so we have defined the magnet, its field, its flux, okay, the terms which we are using, which will be using, the direct, how to determine the direction of the current carrying conductor, isn't it? Whether how it is clockwise, anti-clockwise, we have defined magnetic flux intensity, then flux density and everything, and the relationship between this. Don't forget mu is equal to mu naught into mu r. What is mu? It is permeability, and permeability of free space or air is 1, relative permeability. Okay, mu naught, it will have a specific value. This is absolute permeability, which is equal to 4 pi into 10 raised to power minus 7 Henry per meter. Don't forget Henry unit also, Henry per meter. Fine. So these all are some basic term which we'll be using. So this is the starting part, the starting digestion for this magnetostatic. Okay, fine. So for exercise, you just have to do, just have to find out and make a table in which what you will do, you have to uh, make an analogy between electrostatic and magnetostatic. एक analogy बनानी है आपको, how electrostatic works and how magnetostatic works, such as, we cannot separate out these two poles, isn't it? Here north and south poles, two separate, positive and negative charge, two different type of charges are possible. वो एक साथ नहीं रहते हैं. It is possible to have a infinite distance, isn't it? Then electric flux density, magnetic flux density, electric field intensity, magnetic field intensity, permittivity, permeability. ओके, सबका इलेक्ट्रोस्टैटिक में जितने टर्म्स हैं सबका पार्टनर मैग्नेटोस्टैटिक में है. यू जस्ट हैव टू फाइंड द पार्टनर ऑफ दिस. ओके, so that will be the exercise for today. Okay, so I'm waiting for you all in the doubt clearing session. Please do come with your doubt prepared. Okay, so thank you very much, and happy learning. Thank you.